If you've been waiting for the spiritual successor to the legendary Nikon D500, that one camera that defined professional crop sensor performance for an entire generation, then today is the day you stop waiting and start listening. There have been whispers, leaks, and heated debates across every professional photography forum on the internet. But today, we are cutting through the noise. We are diving deep into the most anticipated, the most debated, and quite possibly the most essential camera in Nikon's current lineup, the upcoming Nikon Z90. This is the machine that is poised to finally force every other manufacturer to look over their shoulder. For years, the professional photography community has been loud and clear. We've seen full-frame mirrorless cameras evolve at breakneck speeds, but for the wildlife, sports, and aviation photographers who rely on that extra reach of a crop sensor, there has been a massive void. The D500 was a workhorse, a tank, and a speed demon all wrapped in one. Its replacement has been teased for ages, and the name Z90 keeps popping up as the high-end, compact powerhouse that DX format shooters have been begging for. Nikon has been incredibly tight-lipped, but in the world of high-end camera manufacturing, supply chain whispers and prototype sightings are rarely just smoke without a fire. We are looking at reports suggesting that Nikon has been testing a high-performance DX body that sits comfortably above the Z50 and Z52, aimed squarely at the working professional who doesn't want to carry the weight or pay the extreme price of a full-frame flagship. Let's talk about the heart of this machine, the sensor. The industry consensus, backed by several credible leaks, points toward a 33-megapixel APS-C sensor. This hits that perfect sweet spot between high resolution for cropping in on distant wildlife and maintaining the high-speed performance needed for action. This isn't just about the megapixel count, it's about the underlying architecture. If this is truly a condensed version of the Z9, we are expecting a stacked CMOS sensor. If Nikon manages to pull that off in a DX body, we are talking about readout speeds that could effectively eliminate rolling shutter, making electronic shutter mode not just usable, but preferable for high-speed sports and fast-moving subjects. Think about your workflow. You're out in the field, maybe chasing a bird in flight or shooting a high-stakes track event. You need autofocus that doesn't just keep up, but anticipates. The Z90 is expected to leverage the same EXPEED 7 processor that transformed the Z8 and Z9 into tracking monsters. We are talking about deep learning AI subject detection that can lock onto eyes, vehicles, and wildlife with absolute clinical precision. Imagine the power of the Z9's focus system paired with the 1.5x crop factor of the DX sensor. That is an immediate, free 50% reach advantage on all your glass. For a wildlife photographer, that is not just a feature, it is an absolute game changer. Now consider the build. A professional camera is only as good as its chassis. The rumors indicate a magnesium alloy construction, which means weather sealing that rivals the professional FX lineup. We are talking about a camera designed to be a tool, not a toy. It needs to survive the dust, the humidity, the rain, and the constant grind of daily professional use. With a weight expected to hover around 600 grams, it is going to be significantly lighter than your standard full-frame bodies, yet substantial enough to balance perfectly with those long, heavy telephoto lenses. What about the video capabilities? This is where the competition gets fierce. Sony and Fujifilm have been dominating the hybrid space for a long time, but Nikon knows exactly what the market demands. The Z90 is expected to bring 4K 60 FPS, potentially oversampled from the full sensor width. There are even more aggressive rumors, with some reports suggesting the integration of sophisticated internal RAW recording capabilities. Even the mere possibility of cinema-grade internal RAW recording in a DX body would be a complete disruption of the current market. It would instantly position the Z90 not just as a sports camera, but as the ultimate hybrid camera for independent filmmakers who need portability without sacrificing image quality. Let's talk about pure speed. A true successor to the D500 must have burst capabilities that stop time. We are hearing reports of 15 frames per second using the mechanical shutter and potentially much higher in electronic mode. This is the kind of throughput that turns a good shot into the perfect shot. You aren't just capturing the action, You are capturing the precise singular micro moment that defines the event. Beyond the raw hardware, we must consider the lens ecosystem. The Z mount is already proving itself as a masterclass in optical engineering, and Nikon has been aggressively expanding its DX-specific lens line to ensure that when the Z90 arrives, it won't be struggling for glass. This focus on a cohesive system demonstrates that Nikon is prioritizing the long-term viability of their crop sensor platform. They understand that a camera is only as good as the light it captures, and they are preparing a lineup that will extract every ounce of detail from that high-resolution sensor. We have to keep it realistic regarding the timeline. The reality is that Nikon is playing the long game. They have been focusing heavily on refining their firmware, expanding the lens ecosystem, and managing a complex product mix in a fluctuating global market. The strategy is to wait for the right moment to ensure that when it does launch, it is as bulletproof and reliable as its predecessors. The competition is no joke. The Fujifilm X-H2S is a beast, and the Sony a6700 has set a high bar for portability and AI. For the Z90 to win, it cannot just be good enough. It has to have that signature Nikon ergonomics, that intuitive menu system, and that legendary color science that longtime Nikon shooters have built their careers on. It needs to feel like an extension of your hand. What does this mean for you? It means you have a significant choice coming your way. If you're currently shooting on an older crop sensor body and you've felt the urge to jump to full frame just to get better autofocus or video features, you might want to hold that thought. The industry is pivoting back towards specialized high-performance crop sensors, and the Z90 is the primary beacon for that shift. It is the camera that says you do not need full frame to be a professional. You just need the right tool for the job. We have seen Nikon transform its brand identity over the last few years. They have gone from being seen as the traditional choice to being the absolute innovators in modern camera technology. The Z9 and Z8 changed the game for everyone. The Z90 is the final vital piece of that puzzle. It completes the range. It provides the perfect entry point for enthusiasts who want pro-grade gear, and the secondary body for established pros who need a lightweight, high-speed machine that doesn't compromise on quality. As we move forward through this year, the question shifts from whether it is coming to what it will be when it finally lands. Will it be the true D500 successor we all want, or will it be something entirely new? Either way, the momentum is undeniably building. If Nikon releases this Z90 with a 33-megapixel stack sensor, 15 frames per second, and the Z9's industry-leading autofocus system, it is going to be a difficult package to ignore. Think about your own kit. Are you a wildlife shooter who just wants more reach? Or are you a hybrid shooter looking for that perfect 4K cinema machine? The landscape of professional photography is changing, and this camera is right at the center of that evolution. Keep watching the developments, because when this drops, it is going to set a new standard for what a DX format camera can achieve.